Good evening and welcome back. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Analyze This Mess. Let's do a quick mic check before I proceed. Let me look at the comments. Moderators, how's the sound right now? And good evening to all my other bears. I call the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. Great. Vicky Black says sound is good. I see you both. Baby Juju, welcome back. And all of you to the Bear Cave. So there's a lot here. It is. A lot. Some different ways that I can go with this. But let me just start here. It's DForDenial. You tried it. And tonight, Danny Robertson gave us a masterclass in contradictions. First, she swore she never had PayPal. Then she backtracked and said she never finished setting it up. And then, in the same breath, she slipped and said, even if I did, that's my business. That's not a timeline, folks. That's a scramble. That's 3 different excuses in under a minute. But the receipts, they don't scramble. They're solid. My late subscriber, Joy Ferguson, may she rest in peace, paid Danny through PayPal. Joy even contacted Google, PayPal, and her bank to trace the account. That's not a rumor. That's a record. That's a trail. And here's the kicker. Danny claims it wasn't functional. But PayPal doesn't take imaginary payments. If money moved, the account worked. Period. You don't collect coins on a broken machine. So, what does Danny do when the receipts come out? She reaches for the playbook, distraction. She starts mocking nonsense about being an Indian lady, a white grandma, a son, a grandson, anything to make you look away from the proof sitting on the screen. Then she flips it. She calls the PayPal receipts false doxing. Let's get this straight. Her account was tied to her own handle, Truth Teller Danny. That's not doxing. That's branding. If you pick the username, you can't cry violation when it shows up on a transaction. You can't cry violation when it shows up on a transaction. And instead of disproving the receipt, she goes after Kirsty from dropping the T, attacking the messenger when you can't beat the message. That's not defense. That's deflection. Now, here's the irony. Danny tells her day ones that they ride with real receipts. But the only receipts that matter right now are the ones against her. Joy's email, the PayPal screenshots, the name Danielle Robertson at Truth Teller Danny. The receipts don't ride for Danny. They ride over her. And this isn't new. It's the same pattern every time she gets exposed. No counterproof, no actual evidence, just volume, insults, and denial. That's not a strategy. That's a stall. Her line about, even if I did use PayPal, that's my business. That's the crack in the wall. That's not denial. That's desperation. That's basically saying, okay, maybe I did, but y'all better not talk about it. That's surrender wrapped in her attitude. And every time she does this, her credibility collapses just a little more. Because when you say never and the receipts say always, people stop believing you. When you rage without evidence, people see through it. So tonight's simple reply, Danny, you tried it. You tried to rewrite history. You tried to call real receipts fake. You tried to gaslight an audience that already saw the evidence with their own eyes. But the PayPal is real. The receipts are solid. And the only thing you destroyed tonight was your own credibility. This is DForDenial. You tried it because in the end, receipts win. Denial loses every single time. All right, so that was a mouthful. There's a lot in this. If you saw her post, wow. If you saw her post, you know, in court, Danielle told the judge she never completed signing up with the registered agent in Delaware. Kind of the same playbook. Deny existence. I never signed up. I never had PayPal. It didn't complete. So this claim of invalidity. completion. I didn't finish the PayPal setup. I didn't finish the registration in Delaware. Deflect, blame. Watch this. Even if I did, that's my business. The agent canceled me. PayPal wanted too much information. You know, when they started asking for detail, social security number, or whatever she put in her post. Let's see. To be exact about the PayPal. She says, I never finished the process of having a functional, working PayPal. That's not what she said the night before to her followers. Functional, working. I do not promote PayPal. I do not use PayPal. Your PayPal, is it active? She said it never completed, never functional. Right? Functional working. Is it active, Danielle? Can you just answer that question directly? Is it functional today? It's been up for a while, Danielle. Yeah. I bet if someone wanted to send you money tonight using that PayPal, I wonder if it would go through. Even if I did, that's my business. Then attack critics. You're false doxing. You're stalking. Every time she tries to rewrite history by saying the process was never completed when the evidence shows otherwise, it's her go-to denial script. The defense is always the same. Whether it's PayPal or Delaware, she claims she's never finished. But here's the truth. The money went through. The papers reached the destination in Delaware, registered agent, and they accepted them on behalf of Danny Robertson. Danny doesn't debate receipts. She hides behind half-completed excuses. I mean, just let that sink in for a moment. Matter of fact, let it sink in, and I'm going to refill my Gatorade. So just give me, maybe it's less than a minute, all right? All right, I'm back. I'm back. Let that sink in. So, you can see the comments. I can see them right in front of me. So, let me just continue while I'm, thinking of some things. PayPal Gate seems very interesting. If you take from or add to the truth, it becomes a lie. And follow me on all social media. Also, Unwind with Teddy's other channels here on YouTube. DForDenial, run tell that too. Email me right now at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. All right. So, DForDenial, you tried it. Danny's story. This is contradiction number 1, all right? Danny's story about PayPal changes midstream. First, she swears she never had it. Then she softens to say she never finished setting it up. Finally, she pivots to, even if I did, that's my business. That's 3 conflicting positions in the span of one response. I call it damage control. Yes, if you look at her posts, all in one response. Conflicting statements. Never had it. Never finished setting it up. And finally, if I did, that's my business. Receipts speak. Again, my late subscriber, Joy Ferguson, again, rest in peace, confirmed she paid Danny through PayPal for memberships. Not only did Joy make those payments, she even reached out to Google and PayPal and her bank trying to confirm who Danny really was behind the account. That's not gossip. That's a digital paper trail. Then on to, the account. Danny claims her PayPal was not functional. That's impossible. If people were able to send her money through it, impossible. Transactions mean the account was alive, linked, and capable of accepting funds. You can't cash in on a ghost account. I knew she'd try to spin it because that's all she knows what to do or how to do this. So, you mean a ghost accepted the money? A ghost account? Deflection. That's her tactic. A go-to. Often. Instead of addressing PayPal head on, Danny tries to muddy the waters with absurd distractions. Again, within her post, she talks about and mocking these claims about her being an Indian lady or a white grandma. I don't remember anyone associating a race with grandma. I don't. Well, I haven't read every post, but this is new. An Indian lady? A white grandma? You know what? That's textbook Danny. Exaggerate side stories to pull focus away from the real evidence on the table. Did anyone hear anything, I'm asking, about a white grandma? Who interjected race? Is that on there? Let's see. She did. It says, as far as the people calling me some Indian lady or a white grandma, please go sit down somewhere, she says, with that nonsense. Would somebody please show me evidence of white grandma? Now, I've heard about grandma, but has anyone posted anything about the race of the alleged grandma? Because race interjected always and so often when Danielle is spinning things. No, I'm not making this up. Recall in 2024, I'm just thinking about this, when the courts here in Detroit had that PPO hearing against me. After that PPO hearing was concluded, less than 12 hours, 9 hours, Danielle was on her platform, Danny Montana, I believe it was, and she claimed it was racially, somehow the decision was made against, the accuser, that she wasn't favored because it was a white judge and I had a white lawyer. Male, both of them. She said male, white. So, I'm very familiar with Danielle interjecting race when it's convenient or when it might amplify or strengthen an argument, she thinks. But no, really, I want to know. Is there anything about a white grandma here? All right, so just sit on that for a moment. I mean, since she threw it out there to exaggerate, a side story, I think. But if there's proof out there, show the receipt. Then she calls the PayPal proof, proof of the PayPal false doxing. But the screenshots tie directly to her chosen handle, Truth Teller Danny. That's not private info being leaked. That's a username she publicly promoted elsewhere, a lot of places. Labeling that as doxing is an attempt to gaslight and intimidate people out of showing receipts. Has nothing to do with doxing. Go check it out. And then When the evidence came in from Kirsty of dropping the tea, Danny didn't disprove it. She attacked Kirsty personally, calling her names and dismissing her channel. This is classic playbook. Ignore the facts. Come on, everybody remembers this. Go for the person. It doesn't erase the receipts, though. It doesn't. It just exposes her deflection. And then the greater the receipts, the greater the rage. Danny loves to tell her day ones that they have the real receipts. If you've heard it before, I have. But here's the irony. The only verifiable receipts out right now are against her. The PayPal screenshots. I reiterate that. The email confirmations. She talks about receipts like they're her weapon, but this time they cut the other way. She has a pattern of DForDenial. This is not new. This isn't new at all. This isn't new behavior. Every time Danielle is caught in a contradiction, she raises her voice, throws out insults, and denies until she's red in the face. But what she never does, produce counter proof. The pattern is always the same. Rage instead of receipts. Let me see these comments. I don't want to touch the screen and roll back through it. I'm looking at mine. Yeah, I'll go through them. But again, I call it desperation. Don't you? I mean, look at it. The pattern. That line. Even if I decide to use PayPal, that's my business. Even if I did. It's where denial cracks into admission. Yeah. Even if I did. Even if Danielle has access to the Cash App, someone said. I own it. Even if. You know what? That's the panic point. That's not a strong denial. That's a desperate dodge in this PayPal, even if I decide to use. That's my business. It basically says, okay, maybe I did, but don't question it. That's surrender disguised as defiance. Credibility. What happened with the CCB? Credibility weakened. More. Credibility collapse. The outcome of all these contradictions is the slow destruction of Danny's credibility. When you say, quote unquote, never, and receipts say yes, people stop believing you. When you deny with no proof, but others produce evidence, your story falls apart. Every denial, Danielle, without receipts, chip away at your own reputation. that sink in. So I've been on for half an hour. It is 11:05. Let's see if I can get through some of these comments. Email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. Let me see. I was trying to take a look just then. All right. So what do you think? I can see some of your comments. Let me go back to my studio and look at them. It's just classic. Wow. Where do I begin? All right, we have Polly, Angela, Vicky, Baby Juju. Just going down the list. Angie Green, Rare Groove, Viva. I'm letting it scroll up slowly. Cups of Conversation, thanks for congrats on 5,000. Fly high. I'll pause. She's scrambling, says Vicky Black. Liar, Rare Groove. PayPal, Gate. Sunset. Let's see. Wow. I had to pause it. Thank you. Saluting everyone. Let's Go Crazy. Sounds like a Prince song. Says, hey, Teddy in chat. That is Freebird. Cub says, a lot of tea. I didn't see it, but I already know she's a living liar. Are you talking about the white grandma? And that one would be easy to prove. Yeah, could be under John Doe. That's a pseudonym. It's under someone. It's a real account. The transactions don't lie. I mean, can you imagine? She actually formed the sentence to say that I never finished the process of having a functional, working PayPal. So then, why was there this pushback that Danielle gave to Joy to refund her money? She knew about the PayPal. Joy mentioned it. So if it never hit the account, why didn't she claim that? I mean, does she really think we just can't see through that? The audacity, yes. Three lies in one community post. Classic. Well, she is a ghost. She's anonymous. Did not called her All right, so did not talked about Indian. Who cares? Not white and Indian, not the race of the grandma. I want the rare group says I want to know if she's a grandma. I'm not. That's okay. She said she didn't listen, but she clearly does. She's listening right now. All right, so this is all alleged and your opinion. I did not listen to all of. Was that on the interview with Denot? I listened to, a good part of it. I don't remember hearing, but if it's on there, it's on there. Him saying anything about her being a Native American and use the term Indian. Okay. For some reason, when I heard something about Indian, didn't he mention that? Didn't he? You know what? He did. He read. Okay, so he read a letter? That's what it was. All right. He read from a letter that he sent to the court. Yes. Now I can't remember if I heard it on Maggie's channel or when I was listening to Goody's channel, because she was playing the audio from their interview as well. Yes. So I do remember something about Indian, but I don't think of Native Americans that he was referring to. All right, let me continue. The white grandma. It's classic gaslighting. You know what? That's really what this is. A distraction so it can feed the narrative, so it can take away from the focus of the denial of the Cash App and then, spinning it into something else. And finally saying, if I did, it's none of your business, basically. Why not go live about it and show people the receipts? Why just a community post? Yeah, if she's the queen of receipts, where are the receipts, Danielle? Debunk it. Or show receipts. Show receipts where, you know what, she would be asking this. Show receipts where you started the process of opening the PayPal account, but then change your mind somewhere midstream. She would ask someone that kind of a question. Show the receipts. Something specific, Danielle. She's not going to, because it would catch her, contradiction. Yeah. Show something. She said show receipts. I've got receipts here. You haven't debunked anything. You've just said this or that. But there's all kinds of receipts. PayPal. Yeah. I didn't show all of Joy's receipts and the conversation she had, with PayPal directly about the transaction to the truth teller Danny PayPal through Google. Yeah, she was very concerned about it. Let's see. What did they say I was doing? Was it race bait? Yes. All right, that's correct. Cups in 2021. Yes, you definitely that came up with your name often. Yeah, race baiting. Often. Yeah. Let's see. But there are questions, and newbies want the true answer, and she is grasping at straws. They're going to be able, there's got to be one person out there who's new, who when they read her denial from the previous day, and then she comes back after receipts or conversation or something that she couldn't really, she scrambled. She had to put something together. It went 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but not a receipt in sight. No. Distract. What else did she say? Oh, yeah. My mods and day ones already know I do not use PayPal. So then they inquired about PayPal. So then there is a paper trail between your day ones and the use or not use of the PayPal. Now, I don't know what I don't know, right? I wonder if somewhere in the videos, the deleted, dirty deletes, and all of those receipts, is there somewhere that she thanks someone for the PayPal? I don't know, but don't let me find something like that. Because if I do, that would be a direct contradiction of I don't use PayPal and your day ones already know that you don't use it. I'm just saying, I don't know if it's out there, but if it is, and I come across it, then we'll know. And then she went on to say, and even if I did decide to use PayPal, that is my business. Well, how could you use PayPal if it wasn't functionally working? So in the very next paragraph, even if I did decide to use it, that's my business. Well, that means you would have to open a new one. But again, it was open as Danielle Robertson, Truth Teller Danny. Right? Not her. Is that your name, Danielle? She says it's not her name, but things are open in Danielle Robertson. Okay? Truth Teller Danny, the same name on the Cash App. So tell me, does John Doe, is he going to claim that one too, Danielle? Oh, we haven't gotten to that point. I haven't even heard a decision, so I don't know. Yeah, I have to be honest. But, PayPal. Yeah. She said it's not functionally working. Let me see. What did that PayPal person say in the email to Joy Ferguson? Let me look. Okay, so you can see Joy up there before I put this. So you can see Joy Ferguson up at the left, but I'll put this across it and read. She says, "Hi, Teddy. The bank is closed, so I couldn't get the information. I will need the information I need, so I will contact them tomorrow. Meantime, here is a screenshot of what charges were taken out of my account, and it has a California number, phone number. Clinton, the call center representative. I canceled my membership and want a refund for me. Recall what was happening during that time when those videos were played and what she was told she didn't have. She canceled that membership too. There are a number of receipts. Whoa, let me turn that down. Sorry. There are a number of receipts. My apology. There are a number of receipts that were sent to me about this PayPal transaction. Receipts don't lie. Apparently, the money was deposited into the account, or she would not have been asking for a refund. So, you tried it, Danielle. You tried it. She's going to say, show more, show more. You haven't shown anything, Danielle. Now let me put up the chat as I remove this. And go back. There's a lot of receipts. Different days. Danielle. So I don't get it. Yes, she attacked Joy even after she passed away. Yes, she continued to attack, and she said some things not so nice about. Yeah. Because one, Danny Robertson said that Joy was lying about even having a membership to her YouTube. Why would Joy have to make that up? She used that to deflect when Joy asked for the refund. She came back, you don't even have an account. You're not even a member. I could show that receipt. She might strike it. But I can post it, I suppose. Maybe. I've shown it before. Yes, she even looked into her obituary. And I knew when she did that, I just thought that would be like one of the last people on this earth that Joy would want to be talking about her obituary. Yeah. She has no respect for people. She doesn't. It's all of a front. It's all a front. All of these things that she's doing, it's just a front. Yeah. All you have to do is just follow along. Her, subscribers don't see that part. No. Yeah. There's a lot that can be said. So, who is Damaged Kisses? Says, I'm a newbie with content creator mess. You know what? I'll have to go to my comments. I'm not going to roll that back. Let me see. I have to go all the way down because it just came on the screen. So you want us to talk about her? Yeah. Well, seeing that you're new, you've got a lot to catch up. Let's see. Cup says, AI working overtime. It's not me. That part. To attack someone that has passed is disgusting. Oh, they've attacked, another. I remember, we can say, oh, Canada. Yeah. McClurg. She was attacked after she passed. So, it's, Danielle has no boundaries. She said it. When she gets, takes on that real persona, she acts out. And the behavior is astonishing, really. Interesting if somebody, wait a minute. I had to pause to read it. I didn't hear that part. Of course, I don't know. About 901. May she rest in peace. I didn't know enough about her, but I do remember seeing her as Tree's moderator. That I do recall. Yeah, I do. And I don't know the relationship at all between 901 Diva and Danielle Robertson. I don't even know if she was a part of her Avengers or not. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know enough about her. Yeah. What is this? Especially after coming on YouTube defending all about the tea, or the 17 victims saying what Nosy did was wrong. You know what? Which 17 other or total victims? What? Does she mean the day that Nosy Whole Live went on her channel and she was, looking up various Monicas on the screen? Is that what she's calling a victim? Someone that Nosy Whole Live, showed during her live broadcast and never circled back on. Is that who she's referring to as part of the 17? Because There might be one or two others that come to mind. 17, she's very specific with that number. 17. The one individual who was talked about the most by multiple content creators for some time and left still with questions was Monique Tolbert, because she came to the platform. Yes, and the more she talked that night, the more it seemed that there were contradictions. And that is why there was an interview the following day of Monique Tolbert to clean it up. Or dispel any notion. I didn't hear that. I only caught bits and pieces, later on. Very little. Yes, it's in poor taste. It's sad. It's sick. It's what's this? Wait a minute. Watching replays, okay? All right. Never speak of the ill of the dead, for you never know when they're listening. May God rest her soul. Hang on. Let me give equal time to anything that is I'm looking at my email. Okay. You didn't know it was 17. Definitely wasn't 17. That's the number. She's stuck on 17. But only talked pretty much about, a handful. Okay, the Bojangles lady. 1. The woman with the son who went on her panel. 2. Kenya. 3. And MT. 4. What do we have? 13 more to go? That's what I can't vaguely remember. That's why I asked. Was it someone that she, just talked about in one video? D for destruction, 4. That's what it is in this black tea sector. Danielle, you tried it. Let's continue. All comments and opinions of the chat are allegedly. I always say someone who comes in with lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of questions Just, you're not going to get all of your answers in one night. Oh, okay. Hang on. I got. Sometimes a person will write something on email. It could be just something to make me laugh, cheer me up or whatever. So I appreciate your email. Yes, MT was the topic. It was justice for MT. Soon as she left Nosey's panel. Absolutely. And that's when Danielle showed up. About 11 days later. Well, she was already around. There were 2 different channels. So we have to look at, the dates. But it wasn't long after. Oh, you mean it wasn't accidental? Distractions. She got mad about it. Paranoid. Went berserk. Backup channel. Oh, yes. Let's stay focused. Well, yeah. What time is it? Ooh. You see how quickly the hour went? You can start reading, these comments. And we are now at 11:43. So let's see if I can at least wrap this part of it up. Yeah. Let me just think. A lot of gaslighting in everything that I've read about the PayPal, the backtracking, the patterns. It's classic Danielle. Yeah, I'm just reading over. Yeah. Her posts. Like never, maybe, even if receipts don't care about your excuses. You can't collect money on a non-functional account. And, it's deny, distractions. When the facts don't fit, Danielle attacks the messenger. It's more of the same. More noise. And that won't erase the name. It was Danielle Robertson, Truth Teller Danny, on the PayPal. You tried to rewrite history. The receipts already wrote it. Receipts win, denial loses every single time. That's the way I see it. Yeah. More of the same. You tried. All right. Let's see a few more comments and I'll read some more. She was already around. She had no confidence. But after the robotic voice experiment went off without a hitch, and enough people had bought into the Avenge Act, she became obsessed with taking people down. Yes, baby Juju, thank you. Unfortunately, I'm seeing plays with the pawns to deflect and distract. Yeah. Sounds about right. That's how I see it. It was fair use commentary. If you got some receipts, you want to refute it. I mean, real receipts, because well, I have something different. Yeah. What is it? It's not me. Says she has a permanent lawn chair in Teddy's bushes and dares anyone to take her seat. Yes, she's listening. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess she had forgotten, about the PayPal transaction. I don't know. Anything more? Anything more before I wrap this up? I'm usually at an hour, and we've gone over, which is just fine. Yeah. Tomorrow is a brand new day, and we'll see. Yeah. Again, for all of you who have supported me, all of my day ones, and there are a handful. Sometimes people stay in the bushes for reasons, because they've seen a lot. Mm-hmm. I do have some day ones that choose to do that, and that's all right. Yeah. But for everyone else who has joined me over the years, I appreciate you. Yes. Everything that you've done to support the channel, I appreciate you. I appreciate my moderators, Baby Juju and Vicky Black. Yeah. But it's late. Yeah. What is this? Bottom line, don't go against real receipts especially from the vault. You know what? Now I will pay closer attention to anything that has to do with PayPal. When I'm looking at receipts. Yeah. Yeah. That's going to automatically, if I see something. Yeah. All right. That's it for me. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the grizzlies and the honey bears. Please hit the like on your way out. Join me sometime tomorrow. And, yeah. Hope you have a pleasant night's rest. All of you. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.